I'll take this as far as I need to prove my innocence, which I guess is my point in all of this.
When you say you'll take it as far as you need to prove your innocence, what do you mean?
Serving the indictment today and the warrant for my arrest and everything else. I'm not running.
Well, you'd have to excuse me for misunderstanding what we just went through.
That wasn't us running. That was us trying to counteract the media from following us down to the jail. Because our only intention was to take me down to the jail, to surrender me before this happened. That was the only thing we were trying to accomplish. You can ask Mr. Baez, you can ask my mom, you can ask anyone from the office, even my bondsman, who was the driver. That was our only intention today.
Okay. Well, what I'll entertain me on the formalities here. I just want to read the sheet to you, have you sign it.
Okay.
And then you've already waived. We'll just do that again through the formalities.
That's fine.
Because I like to be as thorough as I can possibly be.
Fine with that.
Is that okay with you?
Yep.
Warren County Sheriff's Office waivers and affidavits form. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used in court as evidence against you. You're entitled to talk to an attorney now, or have him present now or at any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost. Do you desire to consult with an attorney first or have one present during this interview, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and mark that. And if any time here, we're done.
Yep.
Yep, you can just cross the line right through that and give me a signature. Right on that line.
They don't need me anymore. Are we done?
Yep, we're done. And right there. And it is currently 4:22. Now, this is no secret. I recorded that.
Yeah.
Not so it would end up on any television show, but because I'm thorough.
So there's no question. Exactly.
No question. So I can take my recorder on the hot Florida sun now and turn it off.
Yep.
Okay.
I expected you to record it anyway.
That's right. Casey Anthony arrived here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office a little after 4:30. She is inside right now with detectives being questioned. Now, this is something we know Casey has gone through before. It's standard procedure that when someone is taken into custody, they are first brought here to the sheriff's office where they are questioned and then they are arrested, and eventually she will be brought to the jail. Now, let's take a look at the video. When Casey arrived, she came in an unmarked car. She was accompanied by 3 plain-clothed detectives. She was wearing jeans and a white button-down shirt. She did not appear unusually shaken or distraught. We only got a look at her for a few moments before she went into the sheriff's office. Now, we do know that an indictment was handed up by a grand jury in Orange County this afternoon. Now, that indictment remains sealed, but we can safely assume that Casey Anthony is the defendant named in that indictment, and it is most likely a charge of either murder or manslaughter. We should be learning that very shortly. Now, the judge who set before the grand jury did order that the defendant in this case would be held on no bond. So that means when Casey goes to jail, if indeed it is Casey, as we assume it is, she will be held on no bond status. So again, Casey Anthony at this hour inside the Orange County Sheriff's Office being questioned once again by detectives about the disappearance of her daughter, CAYLEE.
So if you'll give me a minute.
That's right.
And then we'll get you a phone and we will call your attorney.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll sit here with you.
All right.
Let's see what that.
Water?
That's fine. Thank you.
I don't know if I should apologize for what happened on the highway or not, but
I almost feel like I should in a sense, but I don't think, I know for a fact that he didn't know. So I don't think that it was intentional on anybody's part for any of it, so.
yeah.
I know that didn't look good, but I mean, you can understand why.
I know one thing, if I got caught doing that, I would have gotten my ticket and thrown around the lawn, especially when they found out I was a federal agent. Oh, really? You're driving like that around here? Get your ass in my car.
Yeah. Well,
kinda
we
how it
figured
works.
going through the airport, it's restricted airspace, so they can't take the helicopters through, and we thought that the cars that were following us from my attorney's office were media, because there was a media van that followed us, and another van that went with them, so we're thinking, oh shit, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened before. It happens every day.
I know it does.
So,
I know it does. I'd like to make it stop happening, to be honest with
I would too.
you. Well, you know what I'll say to that. I've said it to your mom, I've said it to your dad, and I've said it to your brother even.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, that was one thing that they all agreed upon, was the fact that you've extended, your hand to help. Most people haven't. So.
I was afraid that some of what I said to them probably offended them, because I told them that if I find out something that you don't want to hear, I'm going to tell you anyway.
Well, honestly, they'll respect that. That's just, the type of people that they are. I'm the same way.
I know they are. But when I hit them with certain things, they don't want to hear it. And I understand that.
Yeah. Well,
but it doesn't mean I'm going to say it.
Exactly. When you have different beliefs than somebody, it is hard sometimes to hear their opinion.
That's true.
That doesn't mean that they don't respect your opinion or the fact that you're coming forward with what you think or what you feel. So.
Well, to some extent, it's comforting to hear you say that, because it was never my intention to piss anybody in your family off.
Yeah.
I'm not in it to get a conviction. I get nothing out of it. I get zero.
Exactly. You have a job you're trying to do.
I've found a few, and I've not found a few, and it sucks both ways.
Yeah, I agree.
So it is what it is. Where I get sideways with people tends to be when attorneys get involved.
I've heard most people say that. They don't like attorneys very much.
I have many family members that are attorneys. I have no problems with attorneys. What I have problems with are, at some point, we have to set aside the rules, and we have to fight kids. And you know what? So be it. That's why I told you in the car. If you tell me anything now, I'll get up and say, yep, I heard it, and she already invoked it. We can't use any of it. That's just the way it is. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
And, when we did another case that I was involved in, they lost a confession. And I sat there and I looked right at the guys that we worked with. I said,
that's not what's important.
Who cares?
Yeah.
We found her. We found her, and he's going to get what is coming to him. That's not my job. And it works out in the end. And it works out in the end on all sides, to be honest with you. It may not be comfortable for everybody.
Yeah.
And I've done things that if I get caught for, I'm not going to be comfortable, I can tell you that. It's just the way life is. But it's not the end of the road either. And that's what we have to keep in mind. It's not the end of the road.
Just a random question.
Sure.
Are there cameras in all of the rooms?
I have
or just
no
some?
freaking clue. I've never been in this part of the building, so
Well, I know this is
my
something-
guess would be yes.
We're gonna go get something to drink. Do you want any soda, Mountain Dew, Coke, Pepsi, nothing?
No, I'm fine.
Good.
Thank you very much.
I know my mom.
I would guess yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Well, my mom wasn't aware that there was a camera in the room, I guess, when she met with Melich and I forget who else in the big interviews that were released to the media, and she was infuriated. You would think that that's something that, you should be told. But you don't have to be.
Right. The law is the law.
Yeah.
And I will play within the rules of the law.
Okay.
If it's a tool that's available to me that I can use later to look back on and see if I missed something or could I have done something better, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would assume that this place probably has one somewhere.
Or at least something that records audio, so either way.
Yeah.